All right. The sound of another Malarkey hour coming right at you. This is your host, Matt, and sitting on the screen across from me, trying not to get wet in this weather, is my co host, John. How's it going, sir?
What's
All right. I don't know if y'all can hear that background. It isn't us creating fake rain sounds to make this a scary podcast. That is a thunderstorm that's hitting us right now, and hopefully we don't lose power. So if we lose power, I guess y'all never know because we won't ever post it, right? But we're crossing our fingers that we can make it through the hour.
we'll see.
John, I'm excited. Go ahead.
You're excited about what?
Well, I'm excited, John, because today, I didn't really discuss this with you, but today I'm gonna premiere a new segment to the show, so that's gonna be fun.
Nah, let's not do that.
Are you excited? Are you excited about talking about something new?
We'll see.
It's, it won't be. We won't talk about serial killers. We won't talk about headline news. We won't talk about movies. It's going to be something completely different, John, this week. So it's something
I'm afraid of change.
like most people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is good
Why-
change, John. This is good change.
That's why the Obama presidency scared me so much.
Because you promised so much of it.
Yeah.
And boy, did he deliver, right? All that change.
That's another discussion.
Yes. But you know what? No, John. This is good change, John. This is healthy change. So I figure you want to hear the title of this new segment.
No.
It's pretty it's pretty straightforward. It's called the 45s, and the reason it's called the 45s is, John, do you remember back in the day when I think you were in high school when we had record players, like those big bulky things you would put for kids out there who are too young to remember, you want to listen to music back in the day, you had this big bulky machine that you would put this record on, right? And then you would put on your little spindle and it would spin and you would get music from it. Along with those records, you had smaller versions of those big records. They're called 45s. Usually they would they wanted to release a single from a a bigger album. They would release on 45s. Usually you have on one side you would have the main single, and then they would call that the A side, and then on the B side they would have another song that maybe wasn't as popular. So I figured
That little spindle would scratch my CDs.
they would. I think you're using it a little incorrectly, John.
That's why I never got into the record players.
But no, I figure we use that format, and use the
We're gonna start recording on these 45.
45 is it's a more lengthy process. It's probably not as nowhere near as efficient as we were doing it before, but you know what, I like the challenge. So yes,
Instead of putting it online,
we're gonna
fill
release
out a form,
yes.
and you'll
get a 45.
You just have to pay shipping.
Yes, and you'll get a 45 in the mail within 6 to 8 weeks. You'll get a 45, and you can play it on your record player, and you can listen to one of our podcasts 6 to 8 weeks into the future.
And we have a deal going with Dan's Discount Record Store, where you will get a 20% off coupon
Yes.
on a 45 player.
Yes. So that's a big thing. No,
But
John.
you also have to mention you heard it on the Malarkey Hour. So.
Yes.
Otherwise, the coupon is meaningless.
No, John, we're not gonna do that because that would be ridiculous if we release it on 45s. What this segment is gonna, what we're gonna talk about in this segment is, we're gonna review two songs, John. Just much like a 45, which had two singles. We're gonna, we're gonna analyze two songs, analyze their lyrics, and then we'll go over a little bit of the history of the song. How does that sound for you, John? You excited? Excited?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
John lost the ability to be excited back in '93. So
I lost my enthusiasm for life.
yeah. The first song, the A side, John, that I want to talk about today. Do you remember a the kids nowadays, they probably remember him from they don't even really know him from the family friendly movies that he's done in the last 20 years. But for us, John, Ice Cube, do you know Ice Cube?
Not personally.
Not personally, but for us, our generation, we remember Ice Cube as a much more of a gangsta guy. Back in the 90s, he was releasing albums with first with NWA, and then as a single artist. So I want
today, today more people are familiar with his son.
Yes. But I figure we would go back and let's review one of his more popular songs. Do you remember the song that he released back in the early 90s called "It Was a Good Day"?
Sure. Can we play it?
No. Well, that's the tough part. We can't really be unless we have permission. It's a little hard to play music. But what I want to do is let's go back and look at the lyrics, John, and break down this song and really see what is what is he speaking to in "It Was a Good Day." I'm gonna share my screen.
You can't hear my input, right?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay. No. I wanted to hear the music at the beginning of the song.
No, so we're gonna look at the lyrics. I shared my screen with you, John. So let's follow on together.
No. But I'm just saying, I listened to about 10 seconds. I know what you're talking about now.
Oh, okay. You went back and actually listened to the song.
Well, about just enough to know, yeah.
So
I know, and then I remember the music video, or at least this part.
Yeah. So let's go over the lyrics first, John, and then we can go over the little bit of the history of the song. But it was a good day. That's the name of the song, and let's go down the lyrics line by line and see what he's really speaking to in this song. So it starts off with "Break me, shit, yo," and I want to apologize ahead of time. This song does contain some explicit words, so here at the Malarkey, we don't believe in censorship, but we also don't if this isn't your cup of tea, I suggest you switch off your radio dial right now. Switch it off to another, more.
Kindly go fuck yourself.
But it starts off with "Break me, shit, yo." Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. You know what? It's if it's a good day, just a very simple fact that you were able to wake up. You have to thank God, right, John? I mean, that's the sign of your day is good when you're actually woke up. You didn't die in your sleep.
Right. Unless that was your intention.
Right. Then you're very disappointed.
Right.
I don't know, but today seems kind of cool. All right, so you're already I woke up and he's optimistic about his day, John. He's thinking, today's gonna, it seems kind of odd, but maybe it's gonna turn out good. No barking from the dogs, no smog. So apparently, Ice Cube, had some noisy, neighbors, some noisy dogs. And obviously he lived in LA, so a lot of smog. But on this particular day, there was no smog. And Mama cooked a breakfast with no hog. So I guess he was eating a bacon-free breakfast, John.
Yeah.
I got my grub on, but didn't pig out. So he's eating in moderation.
In the music video, he's eating his bacon-free breakfast.
Is he? Okay. So he ate it, but he didn't pig out. He's trying to moderate his intake, right? That's good. It's always good. Trying to watch his figure, trying to keep his cholesterol down, both with not eating any bacon and not eating too much. That's always good.
I think Ice-T was the one who actually started the ketogenic diet, right?
Ice Cube, yeah, I think he did. I think he was ahead of his time.
I said Ice-T.
I know. Ice-T too. I think he was part of that movement too.
Let's dissect cop killer.
Right. Finally got a call from a girl wanted to dig out. Hooked it up on later as I hit the do, thinking, will I live another 24? So obviously he's getting a call from his girl. That's always good, right? When your girl calls you and you know, and he's hoping, you know, he's you know, at this point he was 24 and he's hoping, hey, you know what, I made it this far in my life. You know, hopefully I can make it another 24. Because you know it's tough out there on the streets, John. You know it better than anybody, right? You lived on the streets. You know how it is. You know how rough those streets can be.
Yeah.
uh, Go ahead.
No, but where where are you getting that he's 24?
He says here, thinking I will live another 24. Right here, this line right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're ahead of me.
yeah. I gotta go cause I got me a drop top, and I hit the switch. I can make the ass drop. So obviously he's talking about, you know, the what did they call it back in the day? It was popular. I don't know if it's still popular having hydraulics on your car, where you would make your car go up and down. But it was very in back in the early '90s, early to mid '90s. You see it in a lot of music
It
videos.
went from popular to hilarious for me.
Do people still do that? Do people still put those hydraulics on their cars, like those, you know?
I see him once in a while.
Mm-hmm. The last time I saw it in popular culture was probably Training Day when Denzel Washington's cop character in the movie, he had a his car lifted up from the street when he started it. That's the last time I think I saw it in popular culture.
What was that? Was it Chris Rock? Where he's talking about spending money, I guess like famous black people spending money.
Uh huh.
He's like, "Go ahead, Shaq, buy yourself a bouncy car."
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so funny.
Well, I just think that image of seeing like big old Shaq trying to make a car, poor car. You know, so the suspensions are probably already shot on any car he drives, and trying to make that car, bounce.
Yeah.
I had to stop at a red light. You know, that's good. You know, I think this next line is important. You know, proper, safety driving kits. You have to stop at a red light. Even Ice Cube, as gangsta as he is, he's not too gangsta to stop at a red light. So you had to stop at a red light.
Do you think Ice Cube back then, or even now, does that thing where you take a left, and you got the yellow light,
Uh-huh.
and
And
then
you still take it?
and you creep up to block the traffic so that when it turns red,
You just
you
take
can
it, right?
go.
Yeah, you take it, right? I mean,
Do you do you do that?
you know what? I do that if it's safe enough, but if it isn't, I won't take the chance. But
How do you define safe enough?
I guess if I'm already there before it turns yellow, I'm already, because otherwise you want to get a chance, right? If you don't have the what do they call it, the turn arrow, and you don't want to be waiting for the next signal that yeah, you creep forward a little bit, and then if it turns yellow,
I creep forward all the way.
all the way.
So that I'm just saying, so that I'm basically blocking every car that can hit me.
Yeah, I guess that is, in a way that is safe, right? Because at the end, once it turns red, hey, I'm gonna turn. Everybody else is stopped.
I guess it's safe enough, assuming they're all stopped.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
that there's not a bunch of open lanes that are just seeing a green light
Yes.
with no cars.
But Ice Cube in this case, he saw it was a bright red light. He stopped. He's gonna be a
Wait, one more thing.
go.
Don't do it when there's cameras,
Okay,
because I don't know if it's illegal or not. I think it might be, but I'm not sure.
and the camera will still take a picture of you, even though you're
I,
in the intersection.
I don't know if it will.
I don't think it will. I think it only will take a picture if it's already red and you cross the intersection. I think if you're already into the intersection and it turns red while you're in the intersection, even if it takes your picture, that's what I've read. I've never experienced it in my me personally, but I read that they do take that into account. But
Okay.
looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight, so that's good. He's not gonna get carjacked, and everything is all right. So, he stopped at a red light. He's not gonna get carjacked. It's all good, right? When your day's always good when you don't get carjacked. I got a beep from Kim, and she can fuck on. So this was back in the early '90s, John. So cell phones weren't as ubiquitous as they are now. So he had a beeper, and apparently a beep from this this
Is
lovely
this
young
still
lady.
the same girl from In the Morning, or is this another
You
girl?
know what? You know what? I don't know. It's not very clear whether Kim was the girl who gave him a call who wanted to dig out. I don't know. That's a good question, John. She made, but apparently Kim. We do know that this Kim, she can fuck all night, John. So
Right.
so that's good. He got a beat
Because
from a girl who can
because
fuck all night.
because earlier it says finally got a call from a girl want to dig out, hooked it up on later as I hit the dew.
Yeah. So I don't
And
know.
I don't think he's talking about Mountain Dew.
Yeah. But maybe
So
maybe now he has two girls on the line, right? So, this is quite a dilemma. Who does Ice Cube choose? Does he choose the girl? If these are truly two different girls, who wants to? Would you choose the girl who wants to dig out, or would you choose Kim who can fuck all night, Joe?
uh, at my age, fucking all night sounds
It's
exhausting.
exhausting. So it's not. But this is a 24-year-old Ice Cube. So at 24, would this be enticing?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Okay.
But I
Uh,
still don't know if it's the same girl.
that's true. Called up the homies, and I'm asking y'all, which park are y'all playing basketball? So he's setting up his day, right? He's gonna go play some basketball with his buddies there, his homies. Get me on the
Get
court.
get all stinky first.
Yeah, before he goes and fucks Kim, right? uh,
What if it's two different girls?
huh.
So he was all nice and fresh for the first one.
Well, I think this is another day. He's not gonna meet up, whether regardless if they're two different girls or the same girl. He's not gonna meet up with them until later on that night. So this is still in like mid morning. So he had his breakfast. Maybe this is like a Saturday. He woke up sort of late. Maybe he woke up like at 9. Had a late breakfast. He's going out. Maybe it's like he's around 11:30. His breakfast has sort of settled in his stomach, and so I mean the girls, I think he's setting that up for tonight, John. He's setting it up for later on that night. He's not gonna have sex with them right after playing basketball in the hot sun, right?
Yeah, I don't see anything about him showering.
Uh, well, we haven't gotten there. He still hasn't even gotten to the court. So let's continue. Let's see where it takes us. Let me see if it takes us to a shower. Maybe he does take a shower after this, right? So
Oh wait, maybe you're right. Go ahead.
okay, get me on the court, and I'm trouble. So he's already bragging. He said he's good on the court, right? Last week fucked around and got a triple double. So he's already saying like, hey, I wasn't even trying. I was just fucking around. And he got a triple double last week. So, I mean that's
How tall is Ice Cube?
you know what? He might be like my height. I don't think he's that tall. Uh,
Okay, so you figure he got it with points.
huh.
Probably figure
That's,
if he got a
he's
triple double, it
he's
had
five
to
eight.
be.
Yeah, he's 5'8". He's not that tall.
You think he got 10 rebounds?
I mean, he definitely points, right? Assists, I can see. I can see Ice
Yeah, I
Cube
was gonna
assists.
say 10 assists, 10 points.
It's
You
tough,
think
right?
he?
It's tough. I know.
Oh no,
Do
he
you think?
might be lying about the triple double.
you think Ice Cube would lie about that? Like that's you're speaking about his integrity, then, John.
I mean, he could have got 10 steals, but that's a lot of
That's a lot.
steals.
That's a lot of steals. Yeah, even in a street game, that's a lot of steals. And who keeps track of steals, right?
Too short to get 10 blocks.
Yeah, maybe rebounds. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like a street game, it gets a little wild. I mean, those some of those missed shots, they careen all crazy. So it's entirely plausible that he got 10 rebounds. I don't know. It's not like he's trying to post up Kareem or Shaq or anybody, right? Um,
I guess.
Freaking brothers every way like MJ. Oh, he's talking about Michael Jordan. I can't believe today was a good day.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is okay. Okay, look, I think we're gonna get our question answered. Drove to the pad and hit the shower. So there you go, John. So he knows. He knows. Hey, I'm gonna meet up with either Kim or if Kim's the same girl or it's two different girls. Ice Cube knows what's up. He drove to his right after playing basketball. He drove to his pad and hit the showers. He's got to get fresh, John. Didn't even get no static from the cowards, cause just yesterday them fools tried to blast me. Saw the police and they rolled right past me. So that's good. So he's not getting bothered by the by the LAPD. You know.
One of the few times where Ice Cube was thankful to see the police.
uh, no flexing. Didn't even look in at niggas. And I'm sorry again. Like I'm just going by the lyrics. So I apologize if I offend anybody by saying some of these words. But this is Ice Cube's lyrics. No flexing. Didn't even look in a nigga's direction as I ran the intersection. Went to Short Dog's house. They was watching Yo MTV Raps. Now, do you think he gets to his friend's house, and they're watching Yo MTV Raps? Do they watch an Ice Cube video? Do you think Ice Cube watches his own videos at his friend's house?
I don't know what.
You remember Yo MTV Raps?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I guess at this time, maybe.
Like, would you do like if you're Ice Cube and you had a hit single out there, for kids who are too young, Yo MTV Raps used to be a show on MTV back when MTV actually still had like music video shows. They actually would do like an hour, and they would in this particular case they would show nothing but rap videos. They had different hosts throughout the years, but like you're Ice Cube, you're one of the biggest rappers at the time. Like, do you sit down and watch your own videos with your quote unquote homies?
If you're trying to like show off, probably.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're trying to impress somebody or just be, arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Which what I mean he is
like-
he is bragging about this triple double, John. So
Hey,
Ice
hey,
Cube isn't
hey, motherfucker, we were watching Hey Arnold.
Ice Cube isn't above bragging about himself. He's bragging about this triple double, which the validity is coming to question. Did he really get a triple double? So, I mean, this is a guy who does like to brag about himself. So,
Okay. Put it back on Rocco's Modern Life, motherfucker.
so he's there. He's watching. He's probably watching his own video. Maybe watching another video with his homies. What's the haps on the craps? Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up. Roll 'em in a circle of niggas and watch me break 'em. So they're playing a little gambling going on, John. Like that's always a fun day, right? When you can put down some money, maybe win a few hands. They're playing craps in this case. So with the 7-11, 7-11, 7 even back due Little Joe, I picked up the cash flow. So this indicates to me he won a few. All right, he was on a roll. I mean, this is a good day. He's gambling with his homie. He's able to win a little bit of cash for that date tonight, right? So that's good. He got his exercise in. He's nicely showered, and now he's trying to win some money so that he can take out Kim or the other girl on a nice date. So that's good. He's already thinking ahead, right?
Lucky you rolled that first 7.
Yeah, that's good. Then we played Bones, and I'm yelling Domino. Plus, nobody I know got killed in South Central LA. Today was a good day. So, he's just he's having a ball. They continue playing dominoes. Nobody gets killed in South Central that he knew. That's always good, right? I think that's always a good day when none of your friends or family gets shot down, right?
Yeah. In my head right now, like I'm just thinking like Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood.
Right. Look, that Jerry curl, like with just dripping wet, and he's he has his what does he wear? Oh, he was wearing the Oakland Raiders cap the whole movie, right? He's just
He's wearing it even as a kid, isn't he?
Yeah. Left my nigga's house paid, so hey, he wants a little cash. Picked up a girl, been trying to fuck since the 12th grade. Okay, so this is an interesting development. Is this a third girl? So I mean, I don't think this is the girl he was talking about, or the 2 girls he was talking about earlier, right?
No, it's definitely at least a second girl.
At least maybe a third girl, because I mean because I mean it sounds like he's introducing this girl. Picked up a girl, been trying to fuck since the 12th grade. It's ironic. I had the brew, she had the chronic. So it's like I mean I don't know. Like, this is the tricky part, right? With using irony. Like, is that ironic that she had she's talking about brew. He's talking about obviously alcohol. He had the alcohol, and she had the the chronic or the weed or marijuana. Is that really ironic though, or is just that's just like coincidental or good fortune? I don't know. I don't know. I'm always confused on how to use irony.
No, it's not ironic.
So Ice Cube,
they
Ice
just
both Ice Cube and
they just happen to complement each other.
so Ice Cube and Alanis Morissette, they both misuse irony, right?
Yeah, she ruined the whole word, right?
Yeah. The Lakers beat the Supersonics, so
Can we can we go over her song next?
um, the next night, Ice Cube's a big Lakers fan, so I think it's a good day when the Lakers they beat any team. So in this particular case, the Lakers beat the Supersonics. I felt on the big fat fanny, pulled out the jammy and killed the punani, and my dick runs deep, so deep, so deep, put her ass to sleep. So I mean, Ice Cube's killing it. He watches the game. He has a little sex, right? Woke her up around 1. She didn't hesitate to call Ice Cube the Top Gun. Not only does he have sex, yes, apparently he really satisfies this girl. Because I mean, she's calling him the Top Gun, John, the Top Gun.
At least the order is right, because if this he's not pulling a Cosby.
Right, he does wake her up, right? He wakes her up first.
Put her ass to sleep. All right, why is that first?
But he did wake her up. He woke her up, right? He made sure she was fully awake, fully aware before he drove to her pad, and I'm coasting. Took another sip of the potion, hit the 3-wheel motion. I was glad everything had worked out. Dropped her ass off, then I chirped out.
What's he drinking?
I mean, he's still. I think he's still drinking like whatever alcohol, that brew, that ironic brew that he had. I think he's just calling it a different name, the potion, right? So he dropped her off at home, as any nice gentleman would, right? Ice Cube's such a nice gentleman. He probably walked her to her door, right, and made sure she got in safe and locked the door behind her before he rolled out or chirped out, as he would say. Today was like one of those fly dreams. Didn't even see a berry flashing those high beams, so no cops. All right, no helicopter looking for a murder. That's good. Murder-free day.
Is that a name for cops, Barry?
I think when he's saying a berry flashing those high beams, yeah. I mean,
is that a cop?
I'm assuming.
I'm just curious.
If any of our listeners they want to correct us, we're more than happy to maybe we're interpreting this incorrectly. Put it down in the comment section. Say, you guys are fucking idiots. It doesn't mean that. No helicopter looking for a murder. So it's a murder-free day, John. He did mention earlier nobody died that he knew of in South Central. Right. So
sorry, hold on, wait. We're gonna go back because I couldn't wait.
Okay.
It says it is a police car because the red lights on old cop cars looked like a berry on top of an ice cream.
See, that's what I figured when he said berry flashing.
Yeah, so. the berry flashing those high beams refers to the cop behind your car.
That makes sense. So it looks like a berry. Okay.
Yeah.
2 a.m, got the fat burger. So that's good. He's he had his fill. He ending the night. He had some good sexual relations with a nice young lady, and he's
maybe that's his nickname for the third chick.
Even
this man can't stop.
Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blimp, and it read "Ice Cube's a pimp." Yeah, you know what? How great is that, right? You're driving around and you see the Goodyear blimp, and not only it's cool to see the blimp, but it has his name on it. That's how like in tune his day is with him. Like he sees his name on the Goodyear blimp, John.
This didn't really happen, right?
No, we'll talk about that. Actually, we'll talk a little bit about this day, like when we go back in the history of the song. After we're almost done. Drunk as hell, but no throwing up. So he's tipsy, John, but not so much where he's like making a mess on himself. He's not throwing up on himself, right? Halfway home, and my page is still blowing up. So like popular guy, right? I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. People are still like hitting him up on the beeper. Today I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say it was a good day. So I mean, you know what? If you don't have to use your AK, John, I mean, how many times you have to use your AK and you're like, God damn, today was bad. I had to use my AK. You know, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to shoot out my AK, but I had to. You know, but he didn't have to do it. You know, it was a nice, calm day. He got home
Right.
safe. Ate his fat burger. You know, and then probably went to bed.
Right.
You know, so.
It's just one of those. I didn't even have to use my AK today. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's always good. So you know let's go back and you know
Uh,
and like see the history of this song a little bit, right? So this song was released on February 23rd, 1993. And it was the second single on his third solo album, The Predator. And you know what's interesting? Where you're talking about like did this day really happen? Another interesting thing is I don't know if you ever looked this up, but apparently there was a stand-up comedian by the name of Donovan Strain who went back and they analyzed the lyrics of the song to try to figure out what actual day this was. So you want to hear a little bit of his results? So
Go for it.
his conclusion was that the day in question that that Ice Cube sang about was actually January 20th, 1992. So this is his analysis. So this is coming from he posted on a Tumblr post. A stand-up comedian named Donovan Strain. So he claims the only day where Yo MTV Raps was on air, it was a clear day and Spangless Day in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Pagers, excuse me, were commercially sold. And remember, the Lakers beat the Supersonics, so it had to be a day where the Lakers not only played the Supersonics, but they beat them. And Ice Cube had no filming commitments. That day was January 20th, 1992. That was his claim. Later on, some people they started, doing more research on his claims, seeing if, is it really plausible it was that day. But some people,
What album was this? What number?
his third solo album.
Okay.
So some people later went back and reanalyzed his claims, and some of them they don't really agree that it was probably the day. They noticed some inconsistencies, John, in his reasoning really. So for example, they actually said that Yo MTV Raps did not air on January 20th, 1992, and it was unlikely that Ice Cube got a beep from Kim on that day for a booty call, since the likely Kim, which would have been Ice Cube's fiance by 1992, she was 8 months pregnant at the time. So they're thinking maybe it was a day earlier. So, a bunch of people, they went back and they started doing their own analysis, and one of them pointed out maybe this is another alternate date that it could have been November 30th, 1988. That the clues that he put out there on, in the lyrics, pointed to that day being a more likely day that was a good day for Ice Cube.
Right.
But luckily, we
they got some footage from the court. It's like he only had 9 rebounds.
Yeah. Right. He was lying, John. That triple double did not happen.
Right.
But you know what? Luckily, we have the man himself to ask, and later on, Ice Cube stated that the day he described in the song. Get ready for this, John.
For a second, I was like, "You got him off?"
No. This is gonna be a shocker to you, but apparently, according to Ice Cube, who wrote this song, the day in question is purely fictional. He explained, it's a fictional song. It's basically my interpretation of what a great day would be. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a little of this and a little of that. I don't think you can pinpoint the day. So this is what Ice Cube would consider a good day.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a nice trip down memory lane. Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day. Anybody who if you haven't heard it, I just Google it. You can YouTube it. Give it a listen, or whatever streaming service you like to use. Go ahead and stream Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day. It's a great song by a great rapper.
So is it safe to say he does not like bacon?
I don't know. You know what?
If this, I'm saying, if this was a great day and he adds with no hog,
But no hog. You know what? I don't. I forget what Ice Cube's religious affiliation, but it might be against his religion, to eat pork. I actually don't know what his religious affiliation. I think you know what? I think he's Muslim. That's what it is.
is he really?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm looking back in the mid 90s. He I think converted to Islam. So
I
so
I
at,
didn't even know that.
yeah, so Muslims they don't eat pork. So that makes a sense then, why he would consider that a good day.
Yeah. So, I mean, if this is fictional and he added no pork, or then and this is what he wants to be like a perfect day, I would say he doesn't like bacon.
Yeah, I love bacon. So for me, a good day would start with a big, a couple strips of bacon. You know.
Right. Yeah. And the Lakers losing.
Right. Yeah. All right, John. So moving on. Let's talk about the other song, that B side of this 45, John. So the other song and that I want to talk about tonight before we leave is a song by one of my favorite artists. I don't know if you like her or not, but Dolly Parton, the great legendary Dolly Parton. She had a song, John. It came out back in 1973 called. Do you remember a song called Jolene, by Dolly Parton?
Yeah. That's probably one of her most popular songs.
Jolene. So I want to let's analyze Jolene, John. Um,
No, I couldn't tell you the lyrics, but
let me pull them up so we can read them together.
I'm do that thing where I listened to about 2 seconds of it.
Actually, now I can hear. Now I can hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're gonna get fined.
Nah, you're fine.
You got me muted.
No, I can still hear you.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it then. I don't know.
You know what?
So you can.
Actually, you know what? Let me share my screen first, and then you can play it. I think if I share my screen, it won't pick up your sound. 1 second. Okay. Now try playing it.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm playing it.
Okay. Yeah. Now because it's essentially if I share my screen, you can't hear anything. But
I didn't think it would pick up anything.
I hear a little bit, but I think it's getting picked up by your microphone, maybe.
No. It probably is getting picked up by the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so it is.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
you got it. Okay.
Just trying to refresh
Yeah.
the memory.
Okay, so let's go over. You know what? For people that maybe have never heard of this song, it's just the gist of it. It's a pretty simple premise. It's Dolly Parton spends the whole song. Ice Cube was pretty easy. It's in the title. It was a good day. He just talks about his version of a good day. And this one is it's named Jolene, and the Jolene in question is a woman that Dolly Parton spends the whole song pleading for her not to take her man. So it starts off with Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. So like apparently there's this hood rat John that's trying to named Jolene trying to take Dolly Parton's man away from her. So it's like and Dolly Parton is doing everything she can to keep this harlot away from her man.
Jolene sounds like a real home wrecker to me.
Yeah. So your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. So she's describing her, and she's describing a pretty beautiful sounding woman here. She has first she's saying her beauty is beyond compare, so she can't even compare her beauty to anybody else, person or thing or anything. So her beauty is beyond compare. Apparently, she has auburn hair, not even just auburn hair, flaming locks of auburn hair. Her skin is ivory, and she has emerald green eyes, John. So, yeah, are you picturing this homewrecker Jolene in your head? Is she painting a good picture?
Yeah. No, I get it now.
Yeah. So she's describing this like, pretty hot sounding woman. I can see why
Uh,
she's so worried about
pro-
her.
Professional home wrecker.
Okay, like, this is where she talks about, I guess this is where her concern comes from. He talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls her name Jolene. So now she's seeing this woman come into her house just by the fact that her husband or her man is, she's talking about her in his sleep. He's dreaming about her, John. So yeah, of course, Dolly is a little concerned. You know, probably having sex dreams about this Jolene, right? About her
Get
flaming
that.
locks of. You think he's having sex dreams of just thinking about her flaming locks of auburn hair?
It's probably not her hair.
You don't think that's what he's imagining?
No. I doubt he knows the color of her eyes.
or the fact that her name is Jolene, right?
Right.
Well, he is calling out her name, so at least he knows her name. So we know that he is calling out her name.
Right. That chick that works at the mall.
and and I can easily understand how you would easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. So he's like, hey, she understands. Hey, she's she obviously she understands the dirty sexual needs of her man, and she understands that she's dealing with a beautiful woman here, so she's not completely like oblivious to that fact, right? But she's trying to tell, hey, but you don't know what he means to me, like she's trying to convey that how important this man is in her life. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. That's tough, right? It's almost like she thinks that Jolene's looking at this as a game, that she's just taking him because she can, not because she even wants him. You could have your choice of men, but I would never love again. He's the only one for me.
It's like that. You've got that Jeff Bezos attitude, but with dudes. Like, yeah, I take whatever I want. I don't even like Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's just the Jeff Bezos of homewreckers, right?
I'll take it and knock it down.
I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him, even though you can. Jolene, Jolene. What a heartbreaking song, John. I mean, it's this poor woman, poor Dolly Parton has to like grovel with this, beautiful woman with auburn hair, and has to worry about her trying to take her man.
She doesn't describe her body enough. I mean, I guess it's a woman singing about it. To her, it's more emotional.
Yeah, so yeah. So
I have a feeling Ice Cube would have taken a totally different turn.
Right.
On describing Jolene.
Yeah, I don't. You don't think he would go into her flaming locks of auburn hair, John?
Whatever the fuck color your eyes are.
Right? Like, bitch, I'm not even looking at your eyes. But apparently,
I never even noticed they were red like the devil.
Give you a little bit of background of the song, John. So apparently, according to Dolly Parton, this song was inspired by a real life bank clerk who was redheaded. Hence the auburn hair. So apparently, this clerk flirted with her husband at the time, Carl Dean, at their local bank branch. Around the time they were, I guess they actually gotten married. So So in an interview, she
She's been married a few times, right?
you know what? I don't know. I don't know if she's been married to the same guy the whole time.
Okay.
Or if not, she's only been married maybe once or twice. I know she's married. I think her current husband, she's been married to him for a long time. Yeah, same guy, Carl Dean, since 1966. So there you
Oh,
go. Yeah.
I don't know why. It just she seems like sometimes when they've been around forever, I just think they've
Yeah, but
been.
no, just that's her one husband, Carl Dean, 54 years, John. It's quite a commitment. So
Yeah.
apparently they had just gotten married, and this harlot, this bank teller, this bank clerk, she was flirting with Carl here. So she said in an interview she revealed that Jolene's name and appearance are based on that of a young fan who came on stage for her autograph. So I guess she put certain two different women together to make up Jolene. Um, but you know what?
Okay.
Going back though, if you really look at it, it's like, yeah, Dolly Parton's pleading with Jolene, but what about Carl? It's like her husband. This hypothetical in the song. It's like, what about him? Like, why did she have this?
He has no say in the matter.
I mean, she's not talking to she's taking on this for Jolene. She probably is oblivious. She's just like, oh, I'm just like talking to this guy. You know.
It's like that movie. Even though it's not like that movie, you've seen that ridiculous movie Knock Knock, right?
No, with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But I know the premise. Yeah, two girls show
Yeah.
up and they make him cheat on his wife. Yeah.
Two ridiculously hot chicks show up at your front door.
And throw themselves at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah. And one of them is that I didn't even notice it was her till I rewatched it. The blonde, she's blonde in the movie. She's the chick from Knives Out.
Oh yeah, the Cuban girl.
Yeah, the nurse or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't Ben Affleck dating her?
He's currently dating her,
Yeah. I don't feel sorry for Ben Affleck. I know he has his struggles, but
we all do, right?
yeah. Anyway, where were we? Actually, that's the perfect thing, right? It's like she's talking about her husband. It's like she's probably got one of those Ben Affleck type of husbands.
You think so?
Where it's like you can't have a hot nanny, or you're automatically just probably getting divorced because of the nanny.
Right.
Because Ben can't help himself.
Right. It's like, hey, you can't put a hen in a fox in the hen house, right? It's a little you can't be upset when something bad happens.
Yeah. I remember when I saw that and I was like, look at the nanny.
Right. An interesting thing with this song though, it's come up recently with during this whole pandemic time. Apparently, the New Zealand government, most countries around the world, New Zealand's on lockdown as well, and a newspaper they summarized, they did a summary of essential things to know, and you probably heard this, if you're washing your hands, and make sure you wash your hands properly, they suggest you wash them in the same amount of time that it would take you to sing happy birthday twice, or the time it would take you to sing the chorus of this song. So it's the same amount of time. If you were to sing the chorus of this song, that's the adequate amount of time for you to get the proper washing of your hands. So nice little tidbit. So if you're tired of singing happy birthday twice, John, you can start singing Jolene in your head, and once you finish the chorus, you're done washing your hands. So nice little it's just a little change up. I'm sure you've gotten a little tired of singing happy birthday.
I could be in a public restroom and I'm like, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
See how many stares you get. It's like the guy's like, wow, this Jolene girl really did a number on this poor guy. Uh,
Uh,
you know what's interesting about this song though? Many artists throughout the years actually created what they call answer songs. So they sort of a response to the obviously Dolly Parton singing to a particular person. She's talking to this Jolene character. So some artists they created songs that are sort of like a response. So one of them was Christy McCauley. She did a single back in 1994 called Caroline, and it's a response song in which the Jolene character grieves the loss of her best friend. So she gave this Dolly Parton's obviously playing that role of hey begging Jolene, but she gave her a
what is it
name.
called?
It's called Caroline. So she gave that person who's singing to Jolene a name, Caroline. So this is Jolene grieving the loss of her best friend Caroline after she had an affair with Caroline's husband. So that makes sense. So Jolene is obviously from the perspective of Caroline, and Caroline is from the perspective of Jolene, and she's I guess she ended up having an affair with this, with this particular man in the song Jolene, and now she lost her best friend. So that's a nice, that's an interesting like little twist on that, right? A response song.
So people do that?
I guess that this is a popular thing. A lot of artists they like like I mentioned, Jolene was a pretty popular song, so a lot of artists they decided to
They don't perform it. They write it, right?
no they perform. Yeah, it's just a song they release, just singles. So another band, this is an Estonian Indian rock band back in 2011, named Ewart and the Two Dragons. They released an answer song. They also titled it Jolene. And in this version, Dolly Parton's man, quote unquote, in the song, directly addresses Jolene. So this is this man who was in the middle of this. In this version of the song, he speaks his spine, and he I guess he's telling Dolly Parton's character that hey, nothing will ever happen between them, or no, he's addressing Jolene. I'm sorry, that hey, nothing's ever gonna happen to between them. That his current lover will fight to get him back. So they gave a voice to that that faceless man in the song that Dolly Parton's trying to fight over. So
Right. That poor bastard.
so that's Jolene for you, John. So
Jolene was the nanny.
so there you go, John. We have It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube and Jolene by Dolly Parton. Two songs. The reason I picked them is I've always felt I don't know. I want this is my opinion, and you can give me your opinion on it. I always felt like in the rap genre and the country music genre, like those two genres are like best equipped to like if you look at their songs, one of the commonalities.
They're not open for interpretation.
Well, that and they tell story, right? A lot of like it's interesting. Some of these
That's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people like, well, what does he mean? It's like
Yeah.
they're telling you exactly what they
it means.
mean.
Yeah, I was I loved about it. It's very.
And I pulled out my shotgun and drove to her house.
Like his shotgun
And
metaphor for
that's
his.
that's not Ice Cube. That's like Toby Keith.
it's like is shotgun the metaphor for his like his unresolved issues with his father? It's like no, it's just this is shotgun, right? Like there's no like there's no ifs and buts about what they're actually singing about. So that's what I loved about those genres. Like they're real storytelling genres in music. You don't have to like you said interpret anything.
I've always heard that. I think the only thing with rap is sometimes they use a lot of slang that I don't know. But like with country, it's like no, they're saying exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Hey, but with rap, I think if you go back and you slow it down and actually read out the lyrics, you can sort of interpret a little bit. Like some of it could be sort of pretty descriptive. You just gotta read between the lines, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, when we slowed it down, like pretty much got it all.
Yeah. So
I just I just wasn't sure about that cherry reference.
Yeah. But no, it's interesting. Yeah, that's the reason I picked those two genres. I felt it would be a nice little contrast with each other, but I think they both they're both interesting. I like both songs, so I always like the song that can tell you a story. That's what I always loved about country music. It's especially like the older ones, like they do really give you a story. and some other genres they don't really give you that. So, you know, it's nice
Yeah.
to hear a story when you're, you know, listening to a song. It's hard to do, right? To make, you know, a good song and then make a good story within that song, and you only have like 2-3 minutes to really get your point across. So
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that I'm sure you or anybody like they love these songs, still have no idea what they're about.
yeah, yeah.
I'm even like, oh, I know the words. What's it about? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But maybe one day we'll pick. Maybe next time when we do this segment, I'll pick a song that maybe, you know, it'll be interesting to try to interpret some of it. I have maybe I have one already in mind. I think I already have when we do this segment again, the next song to do.
we should do the. We should make fun of the Alanis Morissette one a little bit.
You want to go back? What is it called? What's the
Isn't
name
it
of it?
ironic?
Is it ironic?
I don't know. I thought it was ironic.
Or it's not a.
Yeah, it's called ironic.
It is called ironic. Okay. Oh, but yeah, because she just like spits out like a list of ironic things, right?
Yeah, yeah. And we can go over which ones are and which ones are not.
Oh, that'll be good.
Most of them are not.
That'll be good because I always get confused.
There is like one or two that is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember like I was listening to it in the car and I was literally trying to count them in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'll go, that's not. I was like, wait, I think she did one.
She finally hit something on the head, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. I think irony is it's really, you know, misinterpreted a lot. Like what's
Yeah,
really
but
irony?
I don't think she tried.
What was one of them, like rain on your wedding day? She thought that was ironic. It's like, no, it's just unfortunate, right?
Bad luck.
Yeah, but I don't think that's ironic.
Yeah.
All right, John. So that's it for this week. We analyzed some music, a little bit more. You know, I was trying to pick a more lighthearted. I think the last few weeks have been getting a little dark, so I had to like uplift this week, a little bit of a lighter subject. So hopefully, people enjoyed our interpretation of those two songs. And like I said, you know, you want to give it a listen to, you know, go to your streaming service of choice, whether that's Amazon Music, iTunes.
Or if you want us to we'll do this again in the comments. Put some songs in the comments.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. And
We'll look at them.
Yeah, next time we do this segment, we'll take some of those considerations into it, and we'll look at them. All right, John. Any last words before we leave? This podcast. No.
I really want to find this Ice Cube triple double footage. See if it's on YouTube.
We'll find it. We'll do analysis of that game, right? And really see. I want to see who was keeping track of the stats that day.
Watch, it was just blocks, steals, and rebounds.
Right. All right. Well, with that, John, if you have anything else, we'll leave everybody. All right. Everybody have a nice day. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.